Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Chat. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo. We're so happy you're joining us today on our YouTube channel.
That's right. We love having you here. Today, we're going to talk about something we all do every single day, but maybe don't think about too much.
Yes, it's a big part of our lives. We're going to talk about our bedtime routines, what we do before we go to sleep.
Exactly. And we'll try to use simple words so it's easy for everyone learning English to follow along.
So, Mia, let's start with you. What is your usual bedtime routine like during the week? You know, Monday to Friday.
Okay, good question, Leo. My weekday bedtime routine is quite structured, which means it's mostly the same every night. I try to go to bed around 10:30 p.m.
Wow, that's quite early for some people.
It is, but I need a lot of sleep to feel good the next day. So, around 9:30 p.m., I start to wind down. This means I start to relax and get ready for sleep.
What do you do to wind down?
First, I usually stop looking at my phone or computer. The bright light from screens can make it harder to sleep. So, I put my phone away.
That's a good tip. I should try that more often.
It really helps. After that, I might make a cup of herbal tea. Chamomile tea is my favorite because it's known to be relaxing.
Oh, I love a good cup of tea before bed too.
Yes, it's very comforting. While I'm drinking my tea, I often read a book. I prefer a physical book, not an e-reader, for the same reason about screen light. I usually read for about 20 to 30 minutes.
So, no TV, no social media, just a book and tea. Sounds very peaceful.
It is. After reading, I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and do my skincare routine. This is very important for me.
Skincare routine? What does that involve?
It just means I clean my face well and put on some special cream to keep my skin healthy. It's a habit now, so it feels natural.
I see. So, you're in the bathroom, brushing your teeth, washing your face.
Yes. Then I put on my pajamas. I like comfortable pajamas, usually made of soft cotton. After that, I make sure my bedroom is dark and cool. I close the curtains completely and turn off all the lights. Sometimes, I open the window a little if it's not too cold outside.
A cool, dark room is essential for good sleep. I agree with that.
Absolutely. Finally, I get into bed. I might do a few deep breathing exercises to help me relax even more. I try to clear my mind and not think about my day or what I need to do tomorrow.
And then you fall asleep?
Most of the time, yes. It usually takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to fall asleep once I'm in bed. So, that's my weekday routine. What about you, Leo? Is it similar or very different?
Well, Mia, my weekday bedtime routine is a little less structured than yours. I try to go to bed around 11 p.m., but sometimes it's closer to 11:30 p.m.
So, a bit later than me.
Yes, my evening starts with dinner, of course. After dinner, I usually watch some TV or play a video game for a bit.
So, you don't stop looking at screens as early as I do.
Not always, no? I know I should, but it's hard sometimes. I enjoy relaxing with a show. Around 10:30 p.m., I start thinking about getting ready for bed.
What's the first thing you do?
The very first thing is usually getting a glass of water. I like to have water next to my bed. Then, I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I don't have a skincare routine like yours, just basic cleaning.
That's perfectly fine. Everyone is different.
True. After that, I change into my pajamas. I also like comfortable pajamas, but sometimes I just wear a t-shirt and shorts. It really is.
Comfort is key.
Then, I make sure my alarm is set for the next morning. This is very important because I don't want to be late for work or anything else.
That's a crucial step.
Yes, after setting my alarm, I make sure my phone is charging on my bedside table. I usually check my messages one last time, which I know is not ideal, but it's a habit.
So, you are still looking at your phone right before bed.
Yes, I am. I try to make it quick, just a quick check. Then, I turn off my main light, and sometimes leave a small lamp on for a few more minutes. I might read a few pages of a book, but often I just lie in bed and think about my day.
So, you don't always read?
Not always. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on how tired I am. I try to think about positive things that happened during the day.
That's a nice way to end the day.
I think so too. Then, I turn off the small lamp and try to fall asleep. It usually takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to fall asleep. Sometimes longer if my mind is very busy.
So, you take a little longer to fall asleep than I do.
Yes, I think so. So, that's my weekday routine.
For everybody that is listening to this video, comment down below what time of the day you go to sleep.
Also, let us know the last thing you normally do before going to sleep. I am going to guess that a lot of people probably spend some time on their phone.
Well, as long as they are watching our videos, maybe it's not too bad.
All right, now, let's talk about the weekend. Do your bedtime routines change much on the weekend, Mia?
Oh, absolutely, Leo. My weekend bedtime routine is much more relaxed and flexible.
I thought so. Mine is too.
On Friday and Saturday nights, I usually stay up later, sometimes until midnight or even 1 a.m.
Wow, that's a big difference from 10:30 p.m.
It is. On weekends, I don't have to wake up early for work, so I allow myself to enjoy the evening more. I might watch a movie with friends or go out for dinner.
So, your winding down process is different.
Yes, it's less about preparing for sleep and more about enjoying my free time. I still try to avoid screens right before bed, but I might watch a movie on the TV, which is further away from my eyes than a phone.
That makes sense.
I also don't always drink herbal tea. Sometimes I might have a different drink or just water. And I don't always read a book. Sometimes I just chat with my family or friends until it's time to sleep.
So, the structure is gone.
Pretty much. I still brush my teeth and wash my face. That's a constant. And I still put on pajamas. But the time I do these things shifts. And I don't worry as much about setting an alarm. I usually wake up naturally on weekends.
That's the best feeling, waking up naturally.
It truly is a luxury. So, my weekend routine is about enjoying the freedom of not having a strict schedule. How about you, Leo? Do you stay up later too?
Definitely. My weekend bedtime routine is also much more relaxed. On Friday and Saturday nights, I usually stay up until 1 a.m. or sometimes even 2 a.m.
Even later than me.
Yes, I love to use the weekend to catch up on things or just relax more. I might watch a long movie, play video games for longer, or chat with friends online.
So, a lot more screen time.
Yes, a lot more. I know it's not ideal for sleep, but it's my time to unwind without thinking about work. My dinner is usually later too, and sometimes I might even have a small snack before bed.
I try to avoid eating too close to bedtime.
I know I should, but sometimes I get hungry. My bathroom routine, brushing teeth and washing face, stays the same, but the time I do it changes. I also put on pajamas.
And what about setting an alarm?
On weekends, I almost never set an alarm unless I have a very specific plan for the morning. I love to sleep in. Sometimes I wake up at 9 a.m., sometimes at 10 a.m., or even later.
That's the dream for many people.
It really is. So, my weekend routine is all about flexibility and enjoying my free time without a strict schedule. It's a nice change from the weekdays.
I agree. It's important to have that balance. Now, let's talk about what we would like to change in our routines. If you could make one change to your weekday bedtime routine, Leo, what would it be?
That's a great question, Mia. If I could change one thing, I would definitely stop looking at my phone and computer at least an hour before bed.
That's a common goal.
Yes, I know the blue light from screens can affect my sleep quality, and I often find myself scrolling through social media or reading news right until I close my eyes. This makes my mind active, and it takes me longer to fall asleep.
It keeps your brain awake.
Exactly. So, I would like to replace that screen time with reading a physical book every night, just like you do. Or maybe listening to some calm music or a podcast, but without looking at the screen.
That sounds like a good plan. It would help your brain relax more.
I think so too. It's a habit I really want to build. What about you, Mia? Is there anything you would like to change or add to your weekday bedtime routine?
That's interesting. My routine is quite good, but if I had to choose one thing, I would like to add a short meditation session.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yes. Even though I try to clear my mind, sometimes I still find myself thinking about work or other things. A short 5 to 10-minute guided meditation, even without a screen, could help me relax even deeper and fall asleep faster.
So, you want to improve the quality of your relaxation.
Precisely. I want to make sure my mind is completely calm before I try to sleep. I think it would also help me wake up feeling even more refreshed.
That makes a lot of sense. So, for both of us, it's about improving the quality of our sleep and making the transition to sleep smoother.
Exactly. And what about your weekend routine, Leo? Is there anything you would like to change there?
For my weekend routine, I would like to try and go to bed a little earlier on Sunday nights.
The Sunday night challenge.
Yes, because I stay up late on Friday and Saturday. Sometimes I also stay up late on Sunday. This makes it very hard to wake up on Monday morning, and I feel tired the whole day.
That's a very common problem. It's called social jet lag.
Really? I didn't know it had a name. So, I would like to aim for a bedtime of around 11:30 p.m. on Sunday nights. That way, I still get to enjoy my weekend evening, but I also prepare my body for the work week ahead.
That's a very sensible goal. It helps your body adjust.
I think it would make a big difference to my Monday mornings. What about your weekend routine, Mia? Any changes you'd like to make?
For my weekend routine, I would like to be a bit more consistent with my wake-up time, even if it's later than weekdays.
What do you mean by consistent?
Well, sometimes I wake up at 8 a.m. on Saturday and then 10 a.m. on Sunday. This big difference can still confuse my body clock a little. I'd like to try and wake up at a similar time, maybe 8:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. on both Saturday and Sunday.
So, still later than your weekdays, but more regular for the weekend.
Exactly. I think having a more regular wake-up time, even on weekends, would help my body maintain a better rhythm. It might make the transition back to weekday mornings easier.
That's a great point. So, we both want to be a bit more disciplined, even in our relaxed times.
Precisely. It's all about finding that balance between enjoying our free time and taking care of our bodies for good sleep.
This has been a really interesting chat, Mia. It's good to hear how different, yet similar, our routines are.
It really is. And I hope it was helpful for everyone watching to hear about our daily habits and how we prepare for sleep.
Before we finish, Mia, could you go over some of the new words we used today for our English learners?
Of course, Leo. I'd be happy to. We used a few good words today. First, we talked about a routine. A routine is a fixed program of actions or habits. It's something you do regularly, usually in the same order. For example, a morning routine or a bedtime routine.
Like brushing your teeth every day?
Yes, that's part of a routine. Next, we use the phrase wind down. To wind down means to relax gradually after a period of activity or excitement. It's what you do to get ready for sleep.
Like drinking tea and reading a book.
Exactly. Then we talked about being structured. If something is structured, it means it is carefully organized or planned. My weekday routine is structured because it's very organized.
My routine is less structured.
Right? We also mentioned herbal tea. Herbal tea is a drink made from dried flowers, leaves, or seeds of plants, not from the tea plant itself. Chamomile is an example of an herb used in herbal tea, and it's known to be relaxing.
It smells so good.
It does. Another phrase we used was screen time. This refers to the amount of time you spend looking at a screen, like a phone, computer, or TV. Too much screen time before bed can make it hard to sleep.
That's my challenge.
Yes. And finally, we talked about being consistent. If you are consistent, you always act or happen in the same way. You are reliable. So, having a consistent bedtime means going to bed at roughly the same time every night.
Like you try to do on weekdays.
Yes, that's right. So, those are some of the words we used today. I hope these definitions help our English learners understand them better.
Thank you, Mia. That was really helpful.
You're very welcome, Leo. And thank you everyone for joining us today on Simple English Chat.
We hope you enjoyed learning about our bedtime routines and maybe even got some ideas for your own.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss our next episode.
See you next time. Good night and sleep well.
Bye everyone.